Hello Bomb Bakers and welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and if you're new here, hey, welcome to my channel. I share lots of delicious homestyle recipes as well as baking tips and tricks. And today I'm super excited because we are going to be making an awesome recipe. If you're looking for something delicious to make, you have come to the right place. We are going to be making chocolate chip muffins. And I know that this is a classic recipe, but I have a couple of secret ingredients in the recipe for you. So let's get to it. These choc chip muffins will rival any from a bakery, and they're gonna be really big, they're gonna be light and fluffy, and they're gonna be full of flavor. This is, as I said, a classic recipe, but one that I think everyone should know. You can also whip this up in no time at all. The mixture and the batter comes together really quickly, and you can do it all by hand. So let me show you what you are gonna need. I have divided the ingredients by wet ingredients and dry ingredients. So let me take you through them now. We have buttermilk, or you can use full cream milk as well. I have some vanilla essence, I have some eggs, this is vegetable oil, melted butter, I have some sugar, and I have some sour cream, or you can also use full cream yogurt. I have some cinnamon, and the secret ingredient over here is nutmeg. I have all-purpose flour. Over here is baking powder, soda, and salt. And then I have the chocolate chips. Check these out. How good do they look? And then I have just a tiny bit of raw granulated sugar, which I'm just gonna sprinkle on top. As always, I will leave all of the ingredients in the description box below for you, and for the full recipe to download and print for free, head to thebonbaker.com. A couple of other things that you will need to make these amazing choc chip muffins. I have a whisk, I have a spatula, or you can use a wooden spoon. I also have a scoop, and if you don't have one of these, a spoon is fine. I also have a large mixing bowl, and I have some big muffin baking trays here because I want big muffins. You will need to preheat your oven, and what we're going to do for this recipe is we're going to cook them 5 minutes at 220 degrees Celsius, or about 425 degrees Fahrenheit. So that for 5 minutes, and then we're going to reduce the heat to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is because we want the muffins to rise quickly and make a nice coating on the top, and that'll kind of seal them, make them a little bit crunchy, and they are going to be amazing. Now, I'm going to coat my muffin tins here, and I'm just going to give them a spray all around. Yep, like that. Now, you can also use muffin tin liners, but I'm not going to today because this muffin tin here is quite new and non-stick, so I don't really need to. But if you've got a really old muffin tin tray, it's probably best if you do use a muffin liner. All right, we are going to move our chocolate chips and our sugar here that we're going to use to sprinkle on the top to the side. And first thing we're going to do is combine all of our dry ingredients. So I have the flour here, in goes the sugar, along with our baking powder, soda, and salt. Last but not least, the cinnamon and the secret ingredient of nutmeg. And cinnamon is often used in muffin recipes, but not so much nutmeg. And I really think that once you put this in this recipe, there's no going back. Now give this a whisk. And we always whisk it so that we can disperse all of those ingredients nice and evenly. Looking good. All right, I'm gonna grab my big mixing bowl here. And with this one, I'm gonna put in all of the wet ingredients. Eggs, oil, butter. And with the butter, you also wanna make sure that once it's melted, it's cooled a little bit because you don't want the hot butter going in with the egg, otherwise you're gonna end up with scrambled eggs. In goes our yogurt or sour cream, whichever one you're using today. And we're using full fat varieties of the milk and of the cream or the yogurt because it gives it a better flavor and texture. Buttermilk. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Whisk it up. So this mixture will be a really pretty pale yellow color. Okay, I'm just gonna get some of these bowls out of the way. So once the dry has been whisked and the wet has been whisked, we can remove our whisk. We don't need it anymore. Now it's time to combine the two. So grab whichever is the smaller bowl and add it to the bigger bowl. Now just start to fold it all together, and this should come together pretty quickly as well. And the trick to light and fluffy muffins or cakes is to not overbeat. So we're just gonna fold it in until it's just combined. If you overwork the batter, it becomes more dense and less light and fluffy because you've overworked those gluten strands. So I just want to show you this batter. It has just come together. I'm not going to do it anymore because I'm still got to add in my chocolate chips, which I'm going to do now. So I'm going to add those in and then fold them in. Oh yeah, this looks absolutely amazing. Check it out. Not sure if you can see that before it spills out the bottom here. This mixture is actually quite a thick batter, and that's good. We want it to be a thick batter because we need something that's gonna hold together these chocolate chips. We don't want the chocolate chips to sink to the bottom. We want them all throughout that muffin. If you are a batter taster / lover like I am, now is your opportunity. Oh yeah, you know you've nailed it when the batter tastes this good. Yes. Alrighty then, it's time to get these into their baking trays to start cooking. So I'm just gonna get these in there. Start loading them up. So what I'm going to do is go around once with 1 spoonful and then top it up. Because these are giant muffins, big muffins, I am filling them to the absolute brim with batter. So it could get messy, but worth it. Here we go. That is what I'm talking about, giant choc chip muffins. The last step before we get these babies baking away for us is to sprinkle them with some of this sugar. And this is gonna make them nice and crunchy on top. It's gonna give it a little sparkle, so they're gonna look pretty and glisten. And all the flavors are gonna pop. That nutmeg really does take these muffins to the next level, and it just makes them more interesting. And I promise you'll be wanting to add a nutmeg every time. All right, let's get them in because I am ready to eat them already, and they haven't even cooked yet. So as I said, We're gonna cook them on high for 5 minutes. So do that, set a timer. Where's my phone? I'm gonna go set a timer. Here we go. We wait. Not sure if you can hear it, but that timer has gone off. So it's time to reduce the heat now to a moderate temperature, 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna let it bake for about 25 minutes or until they are done. There's about 5 minutes left until our muffins come out of the oven. I'm super excited, but if you've been here before, you'll know exactly what time it is. It's time for me to share a positive quote or a positive mantra with you, and I really like to do that in the hopes that it will inspire you or connect with you in some way, because you are here for a reason and I have something to say to you. All right, the quote that I found is, "And then there is the most dangerous risk of all, the risk of spending your life not doing what you want on the bet that you can buy yourself the freedom to do it later." That is a quote by Anonymous. I love that quote. It just means there is no time like today. Seize the day. You can do it. Don't put it off until tomorrow. Your time is now. The time is now. It's back to baking. Muffin time. Oh my goodness. Check them out. Ah, they look amazing. Look how big they are. And that's because we cooked them for that 5 minutes so that they rose really nice just at the beginning. So before I let them cool, we are just gonna double check that they are cooked. So give them the little bounce test. Bounce test is a yes. And now we're gonna do the skewer test and go straight through the middle. Pull it out. Oh, clear. Just let them cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. They're still gonna be nice and warm when you do eat them shortly. We're just going to let them firm up a little bit and cool down. So now we wait a little bit longer. Time to eat one. I'm going to go for this one because it's the biggest. So to get them out, you want to give him a little wiggle. And it should be quite easy to lift up. Oh, there we go, yep. Got a bit of chocolate on my finger. Oh, check it out. That is the perfect muffin. It's ginormous. It's fluffy, I can feel it already. It's got a crunchy top. Oh. All right, I'm gonna break this open for you so you can see what it's like. Check it out. Ah, that is magnificent. Check it out. If that is not a good looking chocolate chip muffin, I don't know what is. Look how light and fluffy that center is. I can see little specks of the cinnamon and the nutmeg coming through. Oh, wow. Nailed it, guys. Now it's time for this first bite. I'll break myself off a piece. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Quality. This is a quality muffin. This will rival any bakery. You don't need to go to a bakery. Do it at home because this is better. Honestly, this is phenomenal. You have to make these. You will not regret it. They are incredible. This is truly everything you want in a chocolate chip muffin and more. It's got that traditional chocolate chip muffin flavor, but then we've got that secret ingredient of the nutmeg that really shines through. And honestly, these are cooked to perfection. They're light and fluffy. They got the crispy top and that little bit of sugar on top. You guys are gonna wanna make this recipe. And if you're not ready to make it today, all you have to do is save it and come back to it later. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. I really hope that you love this recipe just as much as I do. I know it's gonna bring you joy and all your family and friends are gonna absolutely love it and thank you for it later. If If you do like this video, please make sure you give me a like and subscribe to my channel, Le Bon Baker, because I have a new video coming out every single week. Thanks to all of my existing subscribers. I love you, thank you, and I'll see you again next week. Bye! I don't have any chocolate on my face, do I?
No, you're good.
Okay. Is it gone? Is it gone? Seriously? Stop it. No, is it?
It's gone.
I don't trust you.
It's gone.
I'm eating more chocolate. Hold on. You have to try this. It's ridiculous.